Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. It is Kay, your spiritual witch, your astrologer, numerologist and all-round friend. I'm so excited to share with you what is going on with Venus and Pluto on Christmas Day, and as we move into January we have this kind of last window of opportunity, I see it as, to really transform around any desires that we have. So first of all, for those of you who may not be familiar, Venus as a planet is a representation of like love, money, beauty, art, desires, connection. In a man's chart, she can represent an ideal wife that he might like. And for all of us, Venus can represent how we like to give and receive love, depending on the sign that she's under. So just as an overview, to keep it very brief, so for example, if your Venus is under a sign like Pisces, like myself, you may really be a romantic person and you might be quite dreamy when it comes to love, which is true about me. If you have your Pisces under a sign like, say, Virgo, you may be more reserved with how you give and receive love. So the sign will influence her, okay? Now, for all my witches and those of you who do rituals and so forth, she does represent Friday, the day of love, and she rules clearly over Taurus and Libra, the sun signs, and she is the patron of all artistic professions. Now, the other planet that's involved in this conjunction, this conversation between the two planets, giving us this window of opportunity, is the planet Pluto. Now, Pluto, there's not a hell of a lot we know about him because he's quite a new planet in terms of when he was discovered, but he is the kind of lord of death and rebirth. This is the planet of slow, transformative changes that we go through in life. In a chart, if you really look at someone's Pluto in a chart, it can show you how they can transform themselves to their highest good. How they can do this depending on the sign that it's under and what's going on with the person's Pluto. He is like a lord or god of the underworld, so he's linked to things like crime and drugs and sex and death. And as a modern ruler, he does rule over Scorpio, and he took this over from around 1930 when this planet was discovered. Prior to this, it was Mars. Yeah, Mars was the ruler of the sign Scorpio. So this is what also gives Pluto its links to the underworld, because Scorpio, the sign, is very much linked and kind of rules over this area of life as well. So the two go hand in hand. Now, in terms of his energy, he's much more malefic than Venus. Venus is lovely and nice and benevolent and she'll help us. But Pluto is here to cause some kind of chaos 9 times out of 10. But personally, as an astrologer, and certainly from a spiritual astrology perspective, this can be good chaos. It's not always for the worst. Pluto can really bring out some beautiful changes and growth, which I've certainly experienced as well, to bring a person to their next level in life or where they're going. So what's happening then? So we know a little bit about the planets. We know a bit about Venus. We know a bit about Pluto. So on Christmas Day, 25th of December, at my local time, 12:01 p.m, these two planets are going to form a conjunction. Now, you can convert this time to your local time using any kind of, Google search and let you know what exact time it will be. But I've pulled a chart generally for the day. If you look over on the right-hand side, you can see where it says number 10. In this house there, that slice, the 10th house, you've got 3 planets. You've got a purple one, you've got a dark brown one, and you've got a turquoise one. Now, just ignore the turquoise one, sorry, for the moment, because that's Mercury, and we're not talking about him. We're talking about the purple one, which is Venus, and we're talking about the dark brown one, which is Pluto. And if you look underneath those signs, you will see 25 degrees, and if you look underneath 25 degrees, you will see the sign for Capricorn, because this conjunction is happening in the sign of Capricorn. So, what's a conjunction? When planets are side by side like this, when they are within 8 degrees of each other, you could call that a loose conjunction. When it's more towards the 7-8 degree. A lot of astrologers, myself included, do bring down the orb from 8 degrees to like maybe between 1 to 3, depending on the kind of astrology you're doing, to get more accuracy. But for this kind of general astrology, if 2 planets are within 8 degrees of each other, they are conjunct, yeah? And this is happening in the sign of Capricorn. So the sign will influence the planets. So Capricorn will influence both Venus Venus and Pluto and how they behave, and the conjunction will influence the conversation, how the planets behave towards each other, you could say. So in a conjunction, this is like, I call it a deep conversation, because they're working together, they're working in unison, they are not opposing each other, they're not having an argument, they're not, you know, causing conflict, they are coming together. So Venus is bringing her nice connection energy and saying, okay, what is it you want, what is it you desire, what is it that you really need? And she is moving towards Pluto with his, okay, let's change that, let's make that happen kind of energy. So that's what's happening on the 25th, 26th, depending on where you are in the world. So the first thing, how can you apply this to your own life? So you really are going to need to know where Capricorn rules in your chart. And if you don't, you can just take this as generally, this is an energy resonating in the cosmos, and it's a chance to really look back at what you want and transform and change it. But if you do happen to know where Capricorn rules in your chart, and you can easily tell by just looking around your birth chart and seeing where you see the Capricorn sign. If you look at the chart on the right hand side, you can see that where the 10th house is, where Pluto and Venus are, if you look straight up at the line, you've got another Capricorn sign just there at the cusp of the house. So if you see that sign on your birth chart, this is where this energy is going to resonate in life for you. So Venus will connect you to what you want and your desires, and Pluto will help to change anything so that it can happen. And the house of life, where it is happening, is the area of life for you. So if Capricorn rules your second house, this could happen around your money, for example. Now, conjunctions can bring opportunities, and this conjunction is equally very, very important. And why I say this could be an opportunity that was maybe even in the past, so a desire that you had in the past, a connection that you had in the past, is because Venus is in retrograde. If we go back to the chart here and we look at the purple planet, in the 10th house next to the dark brown one, which is Pluto, if you look under the planet symbol, you've got 25, underneath 25 you've got the sign for Capricorn, underneath that you've got the number 44, and underneath that you've got R, which will let you know that a planet is in retrograde. So what does this mean? A retrograde planet is basically got to the furthest point it can get on its axis where it moves, and it appears, not literally, but it appears from the position of Earth that it is moving like in a backwards and forwards motion. So it's going backwards. So for Venus, rather than continuing her journey through Capricorn, through Aquarius, through Pisces, through Aries, and her going on her merry way and going around the zodiac, she's decided to go backwards through the sign of Capricorn. So that is what is bringing her conjunct with Pluto, because Pluto is resting in Capricorn as a very, very slow moving planet. He will be here for a long time. So she is going back towards him. So that is a retrograde. And when a retrograde happens, it can often bring us back to something. So this is why I think that this is an opportunity to go back to a desire from the past, because Venus connects us to desires. Pluto is there to say, you know, yes, let's transform this. This can happen, while Venus might be asking, let me go back and see if this is even possible, you know. So the two are having a conversation and they are working together. Now we've got this, Venus is going to go direct on the 29th, 30th of January. So we've got about a month of this lovely energy, which means that this energy will be passing through both the new and the full moon of January 2022. Yes, it will. And it's lovely because it is a good time for manifestations around the moons as well, especially as we start the year. So this is a great opportunity, I think, to really close out this year by looking back at what it is that you really want, and then manifesting that under this window of opportunity. So we've got this window of a month. Now take Capricorn's energy, you know, to do this, which is hard work, maturity, seriousness. Make the most of this time. Check where Capricorn rules in your chart, or have an astrologer do it for you. Check the link below, get your free birth chart download from my website, and also check the Patreon links down below as well, because when I do these videos and tell you what energies are happening and how you can make use of it in your life, I realise there's only so much I can say in a video. I can't personally look at everybody's chart. I can't personally sit here and do like a 3-hour video about how it could affect this and how it could affect that. Well, I could, but I won't, because, you know, that's a long time. So for those of you who really want to know how to manifest with the transits that happen in the cosmos, from 2022, I will be going through the key and important transits as they happen, and when windows of opportunity like this pop up, and showing you how you can apply it to your personal chart so you can make the most of it. If you're someone who likes to use the cosmos to manifest and live your life like I do, because it is so powerful. So to help those who really want to do that, check the links below. If you're someone who just likes the new and full moon stuff, then, you know, check Patreon links below as well. There's something there for everybody, no matter what you're interested in or how you wish to use astrology in your life. And through 2022, I'll be on Patreon helping those who need it, doing my life's work as an astrologer, as a spiritual witch, helping those who need it. So I'm going to leave this video here, guys, with, you know, the key things that are happening and how you can use it. And I will say that this is actually happening a few days before Jupiter goes into Pisces. And why is that key, Jupiter going into Pisces? Because Jupiter has links to Pisces. Jupiter is the planet of luck, fortune and good luck, and he will be blessing us all in 2022. And I'd say check a video which might just pop up just before I close this video out, somewhere in the corner, where I'll be talking to you about Jupiter moving into Pisces, how and why that's important, and what you can do to make use of this brilliant energy that is coming in. So enjoy your holidays if you're celebrating. Have a lovely time, keep safe, keep well, and I will catch you all in the next video. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. Do think about subscribing so you can get all your daily messages and your astrology and all that kind of stuff if you like it. And of course, check the links below, and I'll catch those of you who wish to up on Patreon from the 25th of December. I'll see you soon, guys.